Welcome to Realty Resource Radio. I'm Greg. I'm here with Lori. We are real estate magnets. Today we have on our show a home sale disaster coming up in the second part. But first we have Scott Grooms and David Garrison. These guys are the Central Ohio experts in glass repair and replacement. They're with the Glass Guru.
They are the gurus.
We first met up with this group about 5 years ago at the Home and Garden Show, and we've been referring to Glass Guru services ever since. And I'll tell you why, because they have a great product, a great price, and great customer service. Welcome to the Realty Resource Radio Show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, how long have you been in Central Ohio? Because we hooked up 5 years ago, but I don't know how long you've been doing this.
We're a franchise, and we opened back in July of 2007 here in the Central Ohio area.
And yeah, I met you, I believe, at the Realtor trade shows as well.
Right.
Yep. And they've done a lot of work for my customers. They've done a great job, saved them a lot of money.
Why do you refer them out?
Because they can save them money. They don't have to have They don't have to have their whole window replaced. In fact, I got a client right now I'm gonna hook you up with after we are done taping.
Well, how do you know? Can you tell us, how do you know? Because we see cracked seals in windows where you have like if they're foggy or there's some moisture in there or something. How do you know if it needs replaced or if you can just repair it? Because I'm sure repairing it's got to be less.
Right. Well, mostly it's a visual inspection. If you just look at a couple windows and you look through them to the outside and you look through one glass pane and you see a tree and it's nice and clear and green, and you go to the window beside it and it's not as clear and as green. So obviously that's probably a broken seal. Exactly.
Okay.
And then is can you just replace the seal or fix that so that there's no moisture in there, or do you say got to replace the window? I mean,
how do you know when you have to do that? I guess that's
exactly, that's what most people think. Most people think, oh man, I got to replace all my windows. But the reality is, think just like broken glass. A broken seal is the same way. You take the frame apart, you take the bad glass unit out, and you put a new glass unit in it.
So even down to the little, if there's sections of panes, you can take out that.
Correct.
Okay, that's nice to know. What does that cost usually? Or I know it probably varies, but
it varies. Depends on the size of the window and the type of glass, but anywhere from we have a process called a moisture removal process, where we can drill a couple small holes and vent the moisture out.
Oh, that's nice.
Something that's proprietary technology that we're the only ones in Central Ohio because of our franchise that can do that service.
That's awesome.
That could run $80 to $100 for a window section. Replacing a piece of glass can run anywhere from $125 to $300, just depending on what type of glass, how big it is. There's a lot of variables in there. So unfortunately, we really almost have to come out and see it to give you a tighter price range.
Do you actually replace windows too at times, or
we do
are
that
you more
as
in the
well.
business of fixing it?
We're more in the business of fixing it, but sometimes we do just say, you know what, almost every window pane in your house is bad. They're 20 years old, they're metal, it means they're inefficient energy-wise on top of the broken seals, so you know what, you're not going to save that much money to repair them, you might as well just put new windows in.
And do you provide those windows, or do you recommend them to, I don't know, Rosati windows or something like that?
No, we are affiliated with Alside Windows, which is probably one of the largest home product manufacturers that nobody's heard of.
Okay.
Because they do most of their work through reselling.
Sure.
Everybody's heard of Able Roofing.
Right.
They get most of Able gets their products from Alside and then puts their name on the roofs that they put on.
I see.
We do the same thing, so we just go ahead and keep the Alside name on the windows.
Cool.
But a wonderful product, lifetime warranty, free glass breakage warranty if the glass breaks for any reason. New glass. So.
And you give free estimates, or?
Yes, we do.
Am I taking all your questions there, dear?
You can take all my questions. You've got some of your own, I know you do.
Well, I just was asking them, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I wonder is, because it's cold out right now, so people are probably aware if there's an issue with their windows. And so I want to get it replaced. Can you guys come out and give me an estimate just to replace my windows? And, what's it even run? Say per window, maybe you just got like a standard, it's like, it's got an up-down thing. Outside my bedroom or something.
Double hung or?
Well, I'm going to want a double hung, because I don't know why anybody gets anything other than a double hung.
Well, when we come out, we visually inspect everything on your window, whether all the components of it, whether it raises up and down right, if it's a casement, if it cranks out, and we can replace all the parts on them. And if you need new windows, we can certainly go through Alside and give you a price on it. But the first thing that we like to do is come out and try to see what you actually need instead of pushing new windows on you.
Sure.
If we can fix your windows and save you money, then that's our force.
See why we like these guys? See why we like them?
I know.
Save you money.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the way. Can you do the windows with the little rollers? That, you know, they got like wheels in them and ropes and everything. I had a
Yes.
house I had that, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Well, that's
We ended
fine.
up getting a new window, but
We just had somebody call in today in one of the historical neighborhoods where the weights block and tackle on the side with the ropes. So we're actually probably going to end up doing that job as well.
wow.
that's great.
That is really good to know. Hear that? Anybody that's listening in the older parts of Ohio?
You know what? You know what else I'm wondering about is these sliding doors. Sometimes these builders put in these cheap sliding doors these days, and the frame gets all whacked out to where you're opening the door and it's rattling and shaking when you open it. Maybe you've seen a house like that, Glory.
Oh yeah, gee, like ours.
So, can you just take out the whole frame and put in a whole new door?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. That's what I want to know. And then you've
And
got.
what does that cost for a standard?
Oh.
Just a standard like boiler template.
Yeah, our patio doors start at $14.95 installed if we replace the entire door.
Oh, that's not bad.
But speaking of patio doors, we have a really neat product that nobody else in Central Ohio has either. It's called a patio pet door. We can actually deglaze and take out the one pane of glass in the sliding section of the patio door and put in a new piece of glass that has a pet door right in the glass itself.
And do they come in all different sizes?
Yes, they do.
How do you
from the small
how do
to
you
the
keep
large.
people from like we have an Akita. So if we were to put
Big
in a pet
dog,
door, I'd be
big
worried a person
dog.
could come back through that.
They have a locking cover on the inside because you're right, the biggest door is definitely big enough for at least a child to
Right,
crawl
right, or
through
a
at least.
teenager or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I never thought they could have little kids if it was a big dog or something. But you can cut right through the existing glass door and
Well,
put
we-
some kind of framey thing in it, and now you can open it and the dogs can just come in and out.
We put a new section in it that's divided into a couple different sections, and one of the sections has a pet door in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you're making use of the glass that's
Right.
already there.
No.
No.
No?
No,
Okay,
we're,
so you,
we're actually removing that and putting a different section in.
Okay.
That's divided up with part glass and part pet door.
okay, I was wondering how that worked. And if now it's winter time,
Mhm.
so how are they on like sealing up? Like the dog goes out, does it like come down and seal nicely?
Right.
What's going on there?
Like it all,
According to our manufacturer, the specifications, they have what's called an EnduraFlap insulated seal on them, and it has a magnet all the way down both sides and the bottom.
wow.
And it insulates, it says, to as low as 40 degrees below zero, which hopefully we'll never see here.
Ugh,
But
well,
also we're staying winds up to 50 miles an hour. So
getting
they're
there.
very good insulators compared to most of what you will buy if you go out to like a pet store or somewhere.
Well, that's what I was wondering exactly.
Much more energy efficient.
So now, David, you're going to be at the Home and Garden Show today, so people could come out and see you.
Right.
What kind of stuff are they going to see when they come visit the Glass Guru?
We just had some of our brochures and literature. We have a sample of the outside window that we put in. We have some different glass samples. We can actually do glass and cabinet doors, decorative glass in your kitchen
Oh,
cabinet
that's
doors.
good to know.
So we'll have samples of that there, and you can sign up there through the show and get an exclusive show discount for people that
You guys
come
really are
out.
the glass guru.
We
You
try
can
to
put
be.
glass in anything.
Well, I was amazed when I was looking over everything that you do. I was over at your website looking, and I did not know they even have a thing called soundproof glass. Who's putting in soundproof glass? Are these
Like studios?
Is this a? I never thought of that. A radio studio would have soundproof glass. What, a shooting range? I don't know. Who's putting in soundproof glass?
Variety of different things. We've done one in a sound studio at a piano conservatory, where they wanted to have soundproof glass between the practice room and the general area. One of the highest end ones that we've done was a high-rise on North High Street downtown that overlooked a bar.
Oh.
And the people lived on the 7th floor,
They didn't
but
wanna
the
hear it.
patio was right outside their bedroom window. And so we put a secondary insulated unit with tempered and laminated glass and a variety of things, and it really deadened the sound for them.
That's awesome.
So now you don't have to hear your neighbors.
You know, that is really good to hear because I sell a lot downtown, in downtown Columbus. And for people that get condos, that could become an issue.
Right.
Street traffic, whatever. Yeah, I like that. The light bulb's going off.
The light bulb is going off.
Yep.
Well, what is the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Call the office, 614-856-4550.
Great. Do you have a website they can go to too?
We have a website, theglassguru.centralohio.com.
theglassguru.centralohio.com. I wanted to ask about skylights.
You want to ask about skylights? I think
Yeah.
we got another minute. Let's ask about skylights.
Well, what do you recommend with that?
Replace them.
Replace them?
Yeah, most of the time you can just replace the glass on them.
Mm-hmm.
So we climb up on the roof, we take the measurements, give you the estimate, and go from there.
And what about an atrium? Same thing?
Same thing.
So you're not going to be able to fix an atrium probably.
Most of the atriums are tempered glass, and unfortunately we cannot do the moisture removal. If you drill into tempered glass, it breaks.
I was
Okay.
wondering about that,
So
yeah.
Okay.
you just replace it.
Well, we have a house coming up on the market that we're definitely going to have the Glass Guru come help us out on that.
And our glass has a 10-year warranty on it.
Nice. Transferable too,
It's
right?
it stays with the address.
Sweet. Very cool.
Well, you can check out the Glass Guru at the Home and Garden Show today, and it runs through through the
Sunday.
22nd. Through the 22nd. So go on out. Be sure you stop and say hi. Find out what all they have going on, because they're doing all kinds of repair and replacement inside your house. You can do all kinds of remodeling type things as well. So I recommend them highly.
Yeah. Thanks for coming out, you guys.
Yep.
Thank you
This
for
was
having
great
us.
information.
Hey, we got coming up a disaster story. You're just going to love to hear it. So stay tuned. You're listening to Realty Resource Radio.